Welcome back to the Football Showdown. Before we get started, I'd like to say we're almost at 70 subscribers. If you could, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. We're at 66 right now. Just need 4 more to get to that 70. It'd be greatly appreciated. Now, let's get back into the video. Now, we're going over the predictions of Liverpool versus Man United. Easily the biggest game of the season so far, if not one of the biggest fixtures in all of the Premier League. Anytime Liverpool, Man United meet up against each other, it's always a big occasion. And especially for Liverpool fans, there's a little bit extra motivation to the game with if we win, we're 6 points clear City of the top of the table. Oh, sorry, words. But, I mean, there's never really any extra motivation needed to go out there and thrash Man United as we've done in recent years. We're going to send that bald-headed fraud Ten Gag back to Ajax. So that way he can win a couple more Eredivisie, figure himself out, and try again in a few years because he's getting sacked after this game. We can go send Anthony back to Brazil, learn some Hoka Bonito over there again. Because, or not again, he hasn't done it. He doesn't know what he's doing. So maybe Neymar can go take him up under his wing over there in Brazil. But those guys suck. Now, am I saying that's going to be a 7-0 loss? Probably not. That's just such an anomaly. To expect a 7-0 defeat, or even more than that, it is pretty ridiculous. If anything, I think we 2-0 victory, I'd be happy with that. A victory in general against Man United is always good. It is not going to be as dominant as we believe, or most Liverpool fans believe, or even United fans believe. Ten Gag went into it last year with too much arrogance and confidence. You could tell by his interview that he was really arrogant about it. He was just like, it's just another game. And I think after that performance, that humbling result, he definitely learned, as you could tell by his press conference this time, that you do have to play a little different no matter how bad or good your team is. Because Man United were on top of the world at that point, and Liverpool were fighting mid-table, trying to get back into a European place, and we just battered them. So, I mean, the form of teams doesn't matter when it comes to a game like this. It's that motivation of you don't want to lose to your biggest rival, and that's just what fuels both teams. You have to show up ready to win, and I think Liverpool will. I don't think it's going to be a 4-5-0 victory, but I think it's a 2-0, 3-1, but a pretty comfortable victory at the end. They have way too many injuries for them to even compete, honestly. I don't see them trying to go forward as much. I see them trying to hold back and just keep the scoreline respectful. Just try to keep it 1-0, maybe nick a draw, but you're at Anfield. We've won every game this season at Anfield. So, I mean, you're facing up against an insurmountable task right now, trying to get any points from Liverpool at Anfield, especially without your best players. You don't have Bruno. You don't have Harry Maguire, who, crazy enough, is one of their better in-form players at the moment. They're without Luke Shaw, I believe. Tyrell Malacia's out. Wan-Bissaka, Mason Mount, Casemiro. I mean, the list can go on and on and on about them right now. It's tough for them right now. For them to get a result, it's going to be pretty difficult. Now, let's try and predict the lineup here. I'm struggling a little bit. Obviously, goalkeeper's Alisson. Best goalkeeper in the world by far. Then Simi on the left. You have Van Dijk. You have Konate as our center backs. And now this right back DM spot is really tough for me because I'm not sure who our DM options are going to be. Honestly, it's either, in my opinion, it's either going to be Gravenberch or it's going to be Trent. Now, I don't know if we start off with Gravenberch as our 6 and see how that works, and then possibly try and move Trent into the 6 later on if it doesn't, or if we start Trent as our 6 and Gomez starts as our right back. It's really tough because we know Endo just isn't, he's not cut out for the Premier League. As unfortunate as it is, you can't keep getting hooked at halftime every single time you make a performance and expect to start even without Maka. And that's a huge loss for us. Maka, granted, hasn't been as electric as we would like, or how he was at Brighton or even Argentina, but you have to remember we're asking something completely different from him than what we usually would. So, I mean, he's going to struggle a little bit, but he's underrated, in my opinion. He's one of our better midfielders because he's just a conductor. He keeps possession. He gets the ball going forward. He keeps it calm. He's just a good, nice presence to have. Now he has a lot of defensive liabilities, which he's not a 6, so it's bound to happen. But he can keep possession. He can switch the field. He can play killer balls in. He's very, very good. And we don't have that calming presence right now. Maybe once Thiago is fit or Bacecic are fit, we can go and place them there. But right now we don't have those guys. So I'm going to go with Joe Gomez as our right back, Trent as our DM, and then Szoboszlai obviously as our right center mid. And then this one's tough. I would personally like to see Gravenberch play, but I do believe it's going to be Curtis Jones. Gravenberch just isn't there yet. He's still really raw and young. He has a lot of talent, but at this point, it's potential right now. And to throw him in a start against Man United, our biggest rival, it would be a lot for him to handle, especially in his first derby, Liverpool derby. It would be expecting a lot out of him, especially since he hasn't been starting consistently for us lately. Then up top, I think obviously on the right, it's Mo Salah. No, he's the first name on the team sheet, and then you have everyone else. On the left is Luis Diaz, and then in the middle, I like to see Hakpo. I love to see Hakpo play. I just don't think Darwin Núñez is it. But they're both struggling right now. They're both really struggling. It's tough on both of them. So, I mean, if honestly, you could see a switch where Diaz plays out on the left, but then moves in to the striker's position, as we saw against Crystal Palace. That could be something. Or we could see Hakpo out on the left, Núñez in the middle, bring on Luis Diaz as a super sub. I don't want to see Hakpo as the center mid. He's not a center mid. I don't care what we keep trying to do with him. He's not a center mid. He just isn't good enough for that. I'm tired of this experiment of, well, we have too many attacking options to play them all, so let's throw them in the midfield like Harvey Elliott and Hakpo. It isn't working. It is not working. If that's our options right now, then we have to go out in the January transfer window and buy some more midfielders, because that shouldn't be our options. That's not what we should be held to in our standard of football. So, yeah, that's kind of my prediction. Let me know what you guys think about the starting lineup. Do you think that that's how we'll trot out, or do you have something else that you'd like to say? I'm going to wrap it up on this final thought. I don't think Ten Gag makes it out of this game. I think he's done after this. I would say that maybe, you know, if it's more than 3-0, he's probably not coaching the next game. I would find it very difficult to find a reason why he would keep his job. I would have sacked him after finishing dead last of a Champions League group. But what do I know, right? I'm not the Glazers. I'm not Ineos. I'm not making the decisions over there. And frankly, I like the Glazers making the decisions. They're going to keep being rubbish until they're finally gone, which I don't believe will be for a while at least. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you could, please like, comment, share, subscribe. We're almost at 70 subscribers. I would greatly appreciate it if we could reach that number by the next time I make another video. Yeah, that's it. Have a good one, and thank you for tuning in to the Football Showdown.